Hello folks, this is Ashik, SAP consultant having 6 years of experience in the industry. So here we are onto the small SAP ABAP demo, and this will not be like a normal PPT demo where whatever is there in the PPT can be easily found on the Wikipedia or in the SAP forums. So this is something different where you will understand the actual concept behind SAP. For the one who are new to SAP, this will be an exact understanding demo. We go in. So here we go. This demo will be about the basics of SAP and the basics of SAP ABAP in a much gaming way. Guys, we should have come across this particular survey which states that SAP will be the ERP that will dominate the industry for the next 15 years to come. That is before 2 years. And another one which states the strength of SAP as SAP is based on real-world business processes, and hence it is stated as the best ERP available in the market so far. Some of the good facts about SAP is that SAP will serve as a one-stop solution for all the changing business requirements of any company, say it big, small, and medium. To give you a small understanding on SAP, you should be bored with usual definitions on SAP, like saying it's a ERP and suits any business requirements, so and so. I'm going to keep it simple in the best way it is possible. SAP is a process that we do day to day, but we are doing it in a structured manner when you take from SAP's view. It means that consider a simple sales process. Folks, you are going to buy a laptop. So before you proceed to buy a laptop, the first thing that you would do is like you'll search for the best shops around to buy a laptop, and you will study the entire contents about the particular laptop that you're going to purchase. Basically, you will go to the shop and you go to all the 4 shops and inquire about the laptop, and obviously you'll get a quotation from all the 4 companies, 4 shops. So one vendor may give you a laptop with a keyboard. One vendor may give you a laptop with a 3 years warranty. One laptop will be with just nothing. So you will select the best one, obviously, and you will give a confirmation to the particular vendor. And based on your confirmation, the vendor will deliver your product. Based on the condition of the product received, you will receive an invoice. Based on the invoice, you will pay him. So this is a typical sales process that we do without knowingly that we are following a process. Now this process is structured and it is set as a sales process in SAP. Similarly, folks, for all the modules you see in SAP, you have a process behind it. But ABAP is free from processes. It's a lot about technical things that you do with the processes. So let us see them in brief in the coming slides. So here we go with an architecture called the R3 architecture, which you can say is the strength of SAP. And this architecture is the reason behind why every company is migrating to SAP. The R3 architecture is pretty much simple. Consider this as a server which encloses a presentation layer an application layer, and a database layer. So I tell my students that whatever you see is a presentation layer. Always remember, a presentation layer will need a human interface to proceed to the application layer. It means that consider a simple Gmail login. When you go with www.gmail.com, it will ask for your email ID and password. So whatever you see here is what you're seeing in the presentation layer. Give away your email ID and password and click on next, and that reaches the application layer. So as usual, application layer is something which you cannot see. So behind this loading screen, there may be lots and lots of logics written behind. So this is something which you cannot see. And the inbox which you see is exactly a virtual representation of a database arranged in a sorted manner. This goes as well in SAP. So we interact with the presentation layer and application layer, and we store them in one database system. Going further, there are different modules in SAP. SAP is a big ocean for the one who is very new, and it still remains an ocean for the one who is already existing in SAP. There are 72 plus known modules, and some say that there are 200 plus modules available in SAP. But this is something structured, and this is what is the maximum findings I could do. So we go with three types of modules, divisions in SAP, you can say. The first one would be a technical division. The second one would be the functional one, and the third one is the industry specific modules. And you do have something called the add-ins that we'll discuss on later. So ABAP comes into the technical side. And in the functional side, you can see all MMSD means the material management, sales and distribution, finance, controlling, logistics, HR, and so on. Similarly, you have 72 plus modules in SAP. So the above example we have seen regarding a simple sales comes into the sales and distribution. Similarly, a process is behind every module. So if you want to master a module, you should know the best processes behind it. So SAP moves with processes. And the next one is the industry specific module. Guys, we have different industries using SAP. Say we take an oil and natural gas industry. In oil and natural gas industry, in this IS oil and natural gas SAP package, so whatever the requirements, whatever the modules that is required by an oil and natural gas industry are put into a package and given as industry specific oil and natural gas. So according to the industry, we designed the SAP package, and SAP has given the package and named it as an industry specific packages. All right. So we move on to a small add-ins here, which has not got any connectivity with any of these particular divisions. Pretty much simple. Your add-ins like CRM and SCM, called customer relationship management and the supply chain management, can be added whenever a company needs it and can be removed if it is no longer needed. That's why it is called an add-in. And now the actual strength of SAP. So when people are very much comfortable with other ERPs, why they came to SAP? It is because of this reason. When you take a Java system, Java does not have a database into it. So whenever a big giant corporate wants to store their data, they have to depend on a third-party database tool that is outside the Java system. So there are lots of hurdles in making a connectivity between these two, the front end and the back end. Sometimes the data loss happens in a huge number, which cannot be prevented. By knowing this, SAP came up with an idea, having an inbuilt database management system where the database server lies inside the SAP system. The database can be a third party database server, but it lies inside the SAP system, well configured and well utilized. So I want to take you to one slide back saying why SAP is widely used. SAP is widely used because of its pre-built tables and pre-built standard codes. Instead of you creating fields and you creating tables for the fields, SAP has already provided you by having a thorough analysis on the market and has provided more than 70,000 plus tables for use. And you can 100% expect a consistency and accuracy when you're using SAP. SAP ensures that data redundancy is eliminated 100%. Of course, the basic strength of SAP is because of its three-tier architecture. Now, coming back to our topic, what is ABAP? ABAP is an advanced business application programming. I forgot to say the abbreviation for SAP. It is Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. Okay, continuing here. So ABAP, we call it as a fourth generation programming tool. And remember folks, it is a programming language for SAP. Means the entire SAP is written in ABAP. The beauty of ABAP is that it supports multiple languages. Means a code written in one language can be viewed in multiple languages. Isn't it good? Yes, it is. And in addition to that, you have lots and lots of standard programs already given by SAP for ready use. That is one reason you have to come to SAP, because we programmers are tired of writing codes. Instead of writing code, use one of the standard code and make your necessary modifications. The another stopper point of ABAP is that it comes up with an embedded SQL statement support. It can support all certified databases by SAP. Here we go. The industry is benefited. Does not seem to me to be a valid question. Obviously, SAP gives you the best process to automate your business. It gives you a secured architecture. So obviously, every country, every industry is using SAP. So a question is being asked by many of my students: how do you access SAP? So is there any software that we have to install in the system, or any other environment we have to log in into? Yes. SAP can be accessed by a simple GUI installed in our system, or can be accessed nowadays with the web interface. The beauty about SAP is that SAP has a shared but restricted usage. It means based on your profile, you'll be given access to different ways. With your username and password, you are given a separate shared environment, but your colleague will not have the same. Your colleague will have a different environment based on his profile. So it has restricted the contents to be used by the end users. Coming here, simple, and keep it simple. The courses that I'll be interacting with you, I'll be delivering you, will be of 5 types, and I've divided the entire ABAP into 5 types. So the first and the very, very important of all the 5 is what we call it as a rise of concepts, which is abbreviated as reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, and forms. Folks, I'll give you a short note on each and every topic that is listed here. Reports is displaying your records fetched from the database table in a structured manner. So as we call it as a classical report, the interactive report, and the ALV report. The second thing is the interface, what we call it as BAPI or an IDOC. So BAPI is a remote call that you make inside the system and even across environments. Conversion speaks about the mass data uploads from a flat file to SAP, as well as LSMW goes the same way. An enhancement is a very, very important concept that we're going to learn in this course. I was speaking about standard tables and standard programs that is given by SAP. 100% we cannot rely upon the standard codes and standard tables for our changing requirements. So sometimes we may need to change our standard codes and standard programs. So SAP has given provisions to change your standard codes and standard programs in the place where it is already decided by SAP. So in order to do that, we follow exits and baddies. The last one is what we call it as a form. It is where you design your invoices and write logics behind them. The next topic is what we call it as a database dictionary, or sometimes called as an ABAP dictionary. So in here we do a lots of stuffs, including the creation of database table, the creation of views for the table, the different types of data types that the field is going to contain, and the help functionality, which is used to give a suggestion by fetching some fields from the database table when a button is clicked, and so on. Object-oriented ABAP. ABAP is a programming language which is written from Java. As you all know, Java is much complicated because of its object orientation. Here, since ABAP is developed from Java, we do have some object-oriented concepts which makes ABAP so flexible. It's not much complicated like Java, so never fear about it. Module pool is a combination of screens, logics, database tables, and so on. It's a very flexible tool. What you can say is an interfacing tool that can involve everything in one place. Cross application, we are going to learn some techniques how SAP is going to contact with cross applications. So the goals of the course would be effective coding, 100%. As I stated before, you will get 100% knowledge on the process flows. Every time when you code, you will understand the structure of SAP. With this stuff, you can readily plan a project. You will understand how to move an object from one environment to the other. You can understand any technical requirements, and you can understand any complex codes. And if you're interested in having a learning session with me, call me at 8142437969, the Indian folks. For the persons who is connecting abroad, you can either contact me in my Indian number or give me a call and 415-997-2224. The persons who always dream a good career, dream SAP. If you have any questions, any queries, post it to ashik.abab@gmail.com. So folks, see you on board. Thank you.